Our next challenger, would you enter, please, and sign in? Madeline Knight. Hello, what's that? Is it Miss Knight? Miss Knight, where are you from, Miss Knight?
Miami.
Okay, she's from Miami. Panel, we're concerned with a job that Miss Knight no longer holds, but it was a fascinating job. She left it to continue her education, but we thought it was amusing enough and interesting enough for you to have a shot at it. Now, she was in charge of something. We will show the audience what it was that she was in charge of. And let's start the questioning with Gene Shalit.
Is this a job I could have also been fired from?
Oh, I wasn't fired.
No, she wasn't fired.
Oh, you just quit, huh?
I had the
Oh,
choice.
likely story. Well, I'll let you get away with it. Is this a job that I could possibly have held?
Yes.
Is this a job, since the audience laughed, that involves something very much out of the ordinary?
For me, I guess it would be.
Would I find this job listed in the Yellow Pages?
I guess so.
I would, eh? Well, I have good Yellow
I
Pages
tell
in
you,
Miami.
Gene, you might, but it's highly unlikely that you would. So let's have one down and 9 to go and move on to Melba.
Did you, were you in charge of something other than other people?
Yes.
Were these things you were in charge of, would they be considered animals?
No.
And I mean,
No.
aside from human animals.
No,
that's
they
what I
wouldn't.
meant to
2
say.
down and 8 to go. Soupy?
Well, the thing that you were in charge of, was it that it would be unlikely that a woman would be in charge?
Yes.
Does it indeed have something to do, like, with a college or a...
No.
No, it has nothing to do with the college at all, depending on where you sit. Donna?
Let me think. Were you in charge of a place?
Yes.
Was this place,
Yes.
did it have like a department store type
No.
place? Wrong.
Not like a department store type place. 4 down and 6 to go. Back to Gene.
Miss Knight, there were no people and I'm just reviewing, no people and no animals involved in what you had charge of, but you had charge of a place. In other words, you had...
I don't think we established that there were no people involved in it at all, did we?
I thought we
There
did.
were-
That's what Melba asked, were you in charge of people? And they said no.
We're in charge of people. I see. All right, then we established it to that extent. All right.
You weren't in charge of people, you weren't in charge of animals. Were you in charge of some big empty place, like the Gypsy headquarters?
Is Gypsy headquarters a specific question you're asking?
No, I want to know whether or not you were in charge of an empty location, as sort of a caretaker job, while there was no animal and no person around.
As a caretaker, more or less. We'll give you a yes on that, Gene.
Yeah.
Okay?
You took care of this in the daytime rather than nighttime?
Yes.
Did this have anything to do with politics?
No.
Nothing at all. 5 down and 5 to go, Melba.
Singer of a question. So it was a place that you took care of, or whatever it was, during the day. In being in charge of this, whatever you were in charge of, did you work mainly out of doors?
Yes.
You did. Did you have to wear something other than you're wearing now to perform your
Yes.
job? You wore a uniform of some sort. Was it a uniform that identifies you immediately with a group of people, like a Playboy bunny or a policeman or something of that
Yes.
sort?
It's a nice combination.
Was it a brief outfit? that
It
you
was
wore?
not a brief outfit. Let's try 15 more seconds. Soupy, what do you say? 6 down, 4 to go. You have any idea?
When you do this thing, it wouldn't be in a cemetery, would it?
That's what I thought.
No.
No, it's not in a cemetery. Donna?
That's what I thought, for a cemetery.
No, it wasn't a
No,
cemetery.
wasn't.
I tell you what, we'll flip them all over because you have an idea, Melba?
Is it something that had to do with sports that maybe you were?
No.
No, it didn't. She was in charge of the Dade County garbage dump.
Larry,
Really a
how
trash dump.
come I got a no answer on politics?
She was the first dump attendant for the Dade County Waste Department, the first woman to be hired by them. How did you get that job, Madeline?
I fought for it.
How?
Well, they didn't want any women working there, so I went to Civil Liberties Union, and they called them up and said, well, listen, we think we've got a good case for court here. So I went back and I told them what the Civil Liberties Union said, and they said, no, let's send her over to the Waste Department. Maybe we can get rid of her that way. And it turned out that I liked the job at the dump really well.
Why was that? Do people throw away unusual things? I mean, what do they throw in there?
Well, they'd throw out everything, you know.
Lines.
There was a boat out there, and
A boat?
I collected enough really nice furniture to fill up my room. Antiques.
Yeah, but you should
Someone
see her
threw
icebox.
Someone threw out a solid oak table, you know, coffee table.
What did you have to do, really? Did you just stand there while people came and dumped their
I'd help them
garbage?
unload and sweep up.
Directed the flies.
Listen, Madeline, we have to push ahead, but thank you very much for being with us on What's My Line. That's lovely.